What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So I'm sure you've seen the trailer, and I have to say this is probably one of the better presentations that we've had for Gotham Knights. Now, I've said this exact same comment in other videos, but it seems like this thing keeps getting better and better in the way they're presenting the game. I'm coming at this from a perspective of the past few years where the marketing seemed to have been in shambles. But somewhere, somehow, it appears this was always the plan they had in perspective. And with their announcement that they were not going to be bothering with the last-gen consoles, it seems like they've just kicked the door open to reveal as much as they please. And I think right now, the game is starting to look like a game in a very strong presentation sense. In fact, for the detractors of this game, I've been reading comments all over the place, and I've been seeing some of you on all of these different videos, and I could hear a little shriek in your voices when you were saying the things about the game that you've been saying for the past few months. And this is just me kind of just, maybe pulling your legs a little bit, but I think what we're seeing is starting to reveal that this game is very deep in the Batman lore. They're bringing characters from far and wide that we never necessarily thought would have the stage that they do have now. Example being Renee Montoya, who's basically going to be in the place of a Jim Gordon-esque type character. And she doesn't just necessarily come in to kind of push his legacy away. She's actually paying homage to his legacy and following and continuing in the steps of pretty much working with the Bat family. To me, I say this is one of the highest respects that you can pay to a character like this, especially when you have Barbara in the game and it's not necessarily conceited in a way. The character is well respected. The character seems to be showcased in a way that somewhat commands respect. This is the second time in trailers that we're actually seeing a memorial dedicated to Jim Gordon. In fact, if you compare it to Batman, we've actually seen tombstones and a cracked, cowl actually showing that Batman was in the picture. But for Jim, what we get is a wonderful, beautiful picture with him and his daughter, and then everyone going to his memorial to go say, "We love you, Jim." So somewhere, somehow, I think this is a very strong treatment of Jim Gordon because he's very pivotal in the lives of all of them. I mean, from Batman all the way down to Renee Montoya, they're showing this very strong relationship and how much Jim Gordon has been an influence in wanting to push for a Gotham that he visualized, one free of crime and all of the above. Another really cool thing was seeing Harley Quinn without seeing the Joker. You see, Harley Quinn has always been one of those characters that you just have to love. There is no way you're going to see Harley Quinn and go, well, what am I going to do with a character like this? She fits into the Batman lore like a glove. It's insane how well she was written to be some sort of a counterpart for the Joker, having come from a different world and then eventually become some sort of an ally to Batman, depending on the story or depending on the canon or the universe you're reading from. Now, from this trailer, I didn't necessarily see exactly where she's going to be playing a role because it seems like Batgirl is actually going to approach her in her jail cell. Perhaps this falls in line with the mission where you actually break into Blackgate or make your way into Blackgate to possibly stop a prison riot. And so, in my opinion, I think these have been some of the better showcases in the last few days and even in the last few weeks. And come to think of it, we got to see Clayface. This has me running through all possible comic possibilities of how we can have a character like this in this particular plot line. And if you can help a brother out by actually leaving, say, maybe an episode or a volume or whatever from the comics where Clayface is in the same room with the Bat family and maybe even some of the Court of Owls, let me know in the comment section. As for Mr. Freeze, he does make an appearance in the Court of Owls New 52 storyline, but I don't necessarily think I saw Clayface when I was reading some of the editions that I did. But nonetheless, it's such a welcome addition to the entirety of the Rogue Gallery. And from a character perspective, I really do like Red Hood's attitude so far. I like the fact that he's basically going to confront these villains. And yes, the personalities of the different knights are going to show, but I like his response to Clayface.
Come to watch the show, Red Hood.
Nah, I'm just here to kick your ass.
I even thought it appropriate to play it here in this video for you guys because once I heard it, it just sent chills down my body. I thought to myself, this is one of the better ways of representing such a beast like this character and making him just stand in front of an entire Goliath and just tell him, yo, I'm going to be coming after you. I really do enjoy the way this presentation turned out. I wish I had seen it live, but I don't know if the fans that were actually in the live event are all fans of the Gotham Knights game. But nonetheless, it's nice for us here on this side who probably didn't have the opportunity to go to Gamescom or who live in different time zones to be able to see what the developers have in perspective. And to even top everything up, basically the cherry on top of this entirely wonderful dessert, the devs moved this game up and dropped it in the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how important this is. First of all, there was all this talk about the game coming out close to Call of Duty, and then it was actually the 25th was a weekday, just in the smack dab middle of the week. I did not see this as a good proposition, but I'm quite excited right now that the developers actually went ahead and moved the game even earlier. According to a comment on the IGN video, someone said, in a world full of delays, we're getting a game released earlier than its scheduled date. I think this is actually a wonderful service to the entire gaming community. And anyone who wants to play Gotham Knights at this point, I think you've probably finalized all of your arrangements and gotten ready to play the game. And if you're standing on the sidelines, we hope that you're able to at least find something that you can see that is positive about the game. Not saying you should buy it, but at least maybe there might be some really cool highlights that you can share in the comment section. And for those who are saying Gotham Knights is going to fail, I hope you're wrong, because if it does do well, everyone in the gaming community is going to be served, and we want to see the game do very well nonetheless. Hopefully the game does successfully and many people are able to participate and enjoy the game, and it sets a tone for some more superhero games that's not necessarily Spider-Man in its own right. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you guys so much. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon. Peace out.